Hello, everybody. Cecil Pearson Jr. here. I'm going to talk with y'all about something that's really been weighing on my mind lately. Everywhere I go, especially at this time of year, it's graduation season. So I hear everybody talking about, oh, my kid's going to college to be a doctor. My kid's going to college to be a lawyer. My kid's going to college to be a computer analysis. My kid's going to college for this high job. My kid's going to college for that high job. And what is your kid going for? Well, I've got one that's interested in music, and I have another that's interested in mechanics. Mechanics? Really? Well, I want y'all to understand something. The president, vice president, Speaker of the House, all the House of Representative members, all the United States Senate, all your governors and lieutenant governors, all your state House of Representatives and your state senates, all your county commissioners, all your doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs, they all need somebody to make a hamburger for them at McDonald's or Dairy Queen or Burger King. They enjoy eating chicken sandwiches from Popeyes. They need somebody to stock the shelves at Kroger and at Walmart and at Hebe and IGA, Publix, Albertsons, whatever you've got around you. Someone has to stock those shelves. You dismiss these people, but you'd starve to death without them. Their job is just as important as yours. Although they don't require 10 years in college, their job is none no less than yours. You can't survive without a mechanic. Someone has to be able to take care of your car. You don't know how to do it. Someone has to know how to build a house. You don't know how to do it. Someone has to know how to run electricity. You don't know how to do it. Someone has to bring the internet and cable to your house because you don't know how to do it. So before you start dismissing the lower class jobs, remember, you can't live without someone filling these positions. Not everyone, I'm sorry, was born to be a doctor or a lawyer or an Indian chief. Not everyone cares about politics. I know I certainly don't. Not everybody can be a preacher like I am. Some people are called to clean the church, called to sing in the choir, called to play the piano, called to help warm the suppers at a church social, called to make a big crock pot full of meatballs because no one else knows how. Everybody has a purpose here. And that purpose, while it may seem grotesque to you, understand you can't survive unless someone is killing the animals that you eat and processing them for you. You can't go to Burger King and get a hamburger unless someone has slaughtered a cow somewhere and processed that and gotten it down to the hamburger size that's needed for Burger King. You can't go get those tasty chicken McNuggets unless someone has killed a chicken and made the chicken nuggets for you to have. You can't have that bacon on your Subway sandwich unless someone has killed the animals. Matter of fact, you can't have any of the meat at a Subway unless someone's killed the cows, the chickens, and the pigs in order to make your meat. You don't sit down at a steakhouse, doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs, and have a big $1,000 tomahawk steak unless someone far less than you has processed that meat for you, and then someone else has prepared it for you. You don't just get. This stuff doesn't just appear in the grocery store. Someone has to work and put it there. The vegetables you eat, the green beans, the corn, the carrots, the potatoes, the celery, lettuce, tomatoes, those lovely cucumbers and olives, broccoli and cauliflower. All of that is grown by a farmer who has to tend the crop. We all rely on one another. The farmer can't survive without the doctor and the lawyer and the Indian chief. And the Indian chief and the lawyer and the doctor can't survive without the farmers, without the auto workers, without the mechanics, without the general laborers. Not everyone's made to go to college, folks. I'm sorry, some people's just not smart enough. But where they are smart enough at is in areas you can't begin to touch, like mechanics, firefighting, law enforcement. You know, no one is above the ability to rely on somebody else. We all have to rely on each other to survive. The lawyer is no better than the mechanic, is no better than the fast food worker. Y'all need to remember that, especially during this time of year when graduation season is upon us. Who's going to be your next mechanic? Who's going to be the next person to change your tires? Who's going to be the next person to change your oil? Who's going to be the next person to step up and say, I'll grow this crop of vegetables that others might be able to eat? Who's going to be the ones that stand up and say, I'll take care of these cattle even when it's cold and snowy outside so that others might be able to survive? Who's going to do that for you, folks? It's not going to be the doctor, the lawyer, or the Indian chief. It's not going to be the computer analysis person. It's not going to be the tech support. It's not going to be the person who designs the next greatest, latest piece of technology. Somebody's got to stay and work the fields. Y'all need to stop disrespecting those who have lower, what you call lower class jobs. There's no lower class job. As long as you take pride in your work and you enjoy it and you do the best that you can possibly do, you're the same as a brain surgeon. Do you understand? The brain surgeon that doesn't care doesn't save many people's lives. That person that doesn't care about their job at McDonald's or McDonald's or Burger King or Walmart, they don't stay very long before they get fired. Do your best in whatever job you have and understand you are of no less value than anyone else. I love you guys, not nearly as much as God, but I love y'all.